Good evening.
Hi, how are you
Nice to meet you.
doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
So nice to meet you. Please, it's great. I'm doing great. Please come in and have a seat.
Thank you for inviting me in.
Absolutely. I reviewed your resume and cover letter, and I would just like, we'll get started, you to tell me a little bit about yourself and your experiences.
So, my dad was a general doctor for Norton Healthcare for like as long as I can remember. So, I've always been around the medical field my whole life.
Okay.
And that kind of inspired me to go to med school, which I did at U of L. And I graduated there in 2024. And now I'm looking forward to hopefully taking my, holding the same job my dad had. And I would love to work in the Norton family as my dad did.
Sorry, it takes me just a little bit to write your responses.
That's perfect.
So, being that you were kind of exposed to the medical field, what motivates or inspires you to be a doctor?
The way my dad would interact with patients, like, it was just so friendly, and just to know that my dad was, helping them, and they were getting the help that they needed and stuff. I really liked that, I always idolized my dad, so that probably also added to that. But I just like overall the idea of helping these people.
Okay, so when you were in med school, tell me or describe a successful team project that you worked on and why it went so well.
So, we had to get together and simulate a pharmacy, and we had to go out and get volunteers to act as our customers, and they would tell us their problems, and we had to obviously prescribe them and treat them as needed, and we had to update them or keep them updated and contact with them spanning across a month to make sure that their symptoms were going away and stuff, and we were treating them correctly and their symptoms were going away. And we worked very constructive and concisively, and it was great. It was great. It was fun.
Were there any that weren't a success?
Not that I can put my hand on, no. None of them were an overall failure, I'd say.
Everyone has a different communication style. How would you describe yours?
I'm a very sensitive guy, so I'm a very emotional, speaker, and I connect with people I feel like on a deeper level. I'm a very sociable guy, so I do unfortunately talk a lot. But when I'm talking to someone, I always try and think from their perspective and always keep their thoughts and feelings in mind as I'm communicating with them. So I would say my communication style is probably very thoughtful and vocal, I'd say.
What is the current trend in your field, and how do you ensure that you stay informed and educated about those trends?
I believe a trend going on right now is just different suppliers that we're getting of our prescriptions and our medicine. And I cannot say that I'm the most educated about this trend right now, but what I do know is that it's a very long process, and I do know that the people that are in charge of making these decisions are definitely in the right mindset. They're great, good people. I've met them, and I guess my answer to that would be if I ever saw maybe a bad, bad intentions, I wouldn't think twice to call them out for it, and yeah, I would stand for what I believe is right and where I think we should get our supplies and yeah.
What is your greatest strength? What do you bring to the table if we were to hire you as a doctor?
I would say I'd go back to the fact that I'm very social. I am able to work with anyone. I'm a pretty flexible, easygoing guy, and paired that with the fact that I would humbly say that I'm a very hard worker. I think I'd be a great fit. I know how to work in a team. I know how to communicate with people. I know how to work effectively and not waste time. So I'd say I bring a lot of those good traits to the table.
What would you say is a weakness that you have, and how do you plan on improving on that?
One weakness I would say is I do worry that I maybe get too emotionally attached to our patients. I worry that in a horrible scenario, if something were to happen to the patient, I am just worried about the mental toll that would take on me. But everything comes with experience, so I know that it's nothing that I can't work past and work through. But I would just say that I do worry about, staying in the past a little too much, if that makes sense.
Okay, do you have any questions for me?
How was your day today?
My day was very well. Had a couple of emergencies, but other than that, we have been taking care of them, and it seems to be going well. We have a few more interviews, but other than that, we will be reaching out to you by probably the middle of next week.
Awesome.
To let you know
Awesome.
what our decisions are.
Thank you so
All right.
much. Thank
It
you
was
so
a pleasure meeting you.
It was a pleasure to meet you as well.
Thank you very, very much for coming in today.
Thank you. You have a great day.
You too.